Hello today, and today we're going to have a game of Action Fighter, this time on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and this is the 1 to 8K version. Do I get the feeling that I'm going to be disappointed with this conversion as well? Well, I was with the Amiga version, the CPC version and the Commodore 64 version, because they played nothing like the arcade version. And I'm suspicious with this immediately. So done by Core Designs. I'm sure they did the other ones, based on a 1986 Sega arcade game and released by Firebird in 1989. They make budget games. That's what I thought. I thought they published budget games. And let's just play it. Let's just play it. I don't know what the keys are. Put it on Kempston. Start the game. First mission, destroy enemy U-boats. Yes, it's going to play like the other versions. Yeah. Okay. Now, looking at the screen, now it looks like a big square, but they've gone in some direction to try to make it look like the arcade by doing that, because the arcade version was a vertical screen. So by doing that, they've tried they did sort of try, unlike the Amiga and the Commodore 64 versions where the screen was still horizontal, more horizontal than vertical. CPC version done something similar, but the playing area was so much fucking smaller. Oh bollocks! I mean, graphically the bite looks fine. The scrolling is pretty good. But at the end of the day, it doesn't. I don't think it plays like the arcade version. It looks like it's the same deal going on. Everything just seems to be repeating itself. No varied gameplay. So the conversion is not exactly arcade perfect. Now, if this was a budget game on the other hand, then this is the thing. Firebird do budget games. I don't recall them ever doing arcade conversions. So how much would this cost? Budget game, $1.99, that's fair enough. But full price, absolutely no way. Right, okay, I'm in the truck. Well, I will go to say this is better than the Amiga version. It's better than the CPC version. I'd even go to say, I think it's a little bit better than the Commodore 64 version. Because obviously, because of the screen. And this plays at a sensible speed. The Commodore 64 version was a little bit too quick, I found. I found it was just fast. But this plays at a sensible speed. And the frame rate is quite nice. Oh, eh? Now, this is the first time I'm seeing this on the home conversion. This is the first time I'm seeing, I'm actually driving a car now. So, yeah, this is not like the arcade version where you complete the level to get into another vehicle. And the next vehicle on the arcade version, you flew an helicopter. And then you went back to a motorbike. Then I drove a car. You had the option of riding a bike or driving a car. So I don't like the way that transitioned, going from a bike to a car like that. Why? So So it just makes me think, it just seems like the game is just going to be on a constant loop. Being nothing like the arcade version. Just being like, it's being like Spy Hunter. By going in the truck and upgrading your weapons. It's Spy Hunter on a budget. If it is a budget game, that is. It feels like a budget game. Plays nothing like the arcade version. I mean, if it was just a normal game, yeah, I think this version, I would definitely go to say this version, out of all the home conversions, the Spectrum version plays the best. And I was even having my doubts of playing the Spectrum versions after playing all like the Amiga, CPC, and Commodore 64 versions, because they were crap. So I thought, well, let's give the Spectrum version a try. Yeah. So now after seeing that going from a bike to a car just like that, I can't see if there's any end of level going on. I don't know, it might be eventually, it might be just a long level. I don't know. It is a disappointment after playing the arcade version. It is a disappointment because it's not like that at all. It's basically feels more like a Spy Hunter type of game. I don't know how the fuck am I supposed to get over that now? Right, I think only having one go. Alright, okay, let's have another go. So I'm sure I only had one go on that, and I lasted longer than the other versions. So it might be a little bit easier on this. Yeah, I definitely will go to say the Spectrum version is the better home version. I said that when I reviewed the Commodore 64 version. I thought the Commodore 64 version was the best home version, but I'm glad I played the Spectrum version now. I'll say this is better. But I mean, if I didn't play the arcade version, I probably would say I'd probably like it more, but because this is nothing like the arcade version, yeah, it will lose points for that. Because you've got to take into consideration, if you like it on the arcade and you wanted this on your own computer, you wasn't getting that experience. You wasn't getting the arcade version. You was just getting a version of Spy Hunter on a motorbike, and you can change from a bike to a car. But how it does it, it's shit. I'm sure they could have made it more authentic like the arcade version. Why not? I mean, graphics, as I said, are alright. Scrolling's pretty good. Why is the truck doing that, bouncing off like that? Why? Come on. Yeah, I feel this is the easiest version. I'd rather play this over the Amiga version any day. I'd say that was the worst version, the Amiga version, because you expect better. You expect it to be a good game. But it turned out to be worse You had less playing screen than this version. Let's put it that way. Yeah, okay, you had more colour, which you do expect, yeah, but that don't win it for me. I want to play a good game. That's what I want to play. I want to play the arcade version, you know, on an own computer. That's what I wanted to play, and that's why I'm disappointed. But if you're curious, if you want to play a home version of it, I probably would go to say play this version, play the Spectrum version. But even this is just, there's not much variation going on. Only when you change into the car, which I didn't see in the other versions. Yeah, it's all right. You know, I would go to say play the Spectrum version over the other 8 or even the 16-bit version, the Amiga version. It's not a very good game, to be honest with you. I mean, this is, I'd only go to say it's okay, you know, because the reason why, it's nothing like the arcade version. Yeah. Yeah. It's just okay, but if it was a standalone game doing its own thing, yeah, I probably would have rated it higher. But because it's supposed to be an arcade conversion, it's nothing like it. Anyway, going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.